back the Pixel 8 Pro for a trade-in, so there is no going back anymore. No sending back the Pixel 9 Pro XL. But I don't believe I would. I had a lot of reservations last year, and I've ended up sending Pixel 8 Pro back to Google because I wasn't convinced about it. But I don't have such issues this year.
I'm interested to hear from Paul what the massive mistake was with his pre-order.
Yeah, I was meaning to ask as well.
What about you, Manos? Because I seem to, I don't know if this is something that I just dreamt up, but in the group chat that we have, I saw that you've gone back to your iPhone.
Yes, but it's the work one, so don't get crazy. Like I wouldn't buy a new iPhone.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Come on,
come on. This is you we're talking about.
That's true, but no, I wouldn't.
I won't buy the S24 Ultra. Is something you also said.
I didn't buy it though. It was a gift from Snapdragon. So
that was eventually.
You bought it, but
I bought it, but I sent it back. Yeah,
you see, don't try and wangle out of it.
You told us that you won't buy the Pixel 9 Pro.
Yes,
you did say that.
Is it? Yeah, it's here as well.
So you might buy the iPhone. Yeah, we don't know.
I'm pulling a Joe now.
You can't pull a Joe.
I'm being Joe.
You can't be a Joe. Joe has all of the beasts.
Joe, we can hear you whistling.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows that.
I don't think he does.
There we go.
But yeah, the iPhone it's from work. I still have the same issues that I was having in the past, where it gets warmer than any other phone actually that I used. The camera minimum focus distance still pisses me off. Zoom poor, ultra wide poor. But what I'll give them is the fact that when I use the AirPods and all that, everything is so seamless. Like they get the basics done very, very well. It's just camera-wise, it lets me down. Everything else is okay. But I'm also the type of person who enjoys using split screen a lot, and the iPhone just doesn't offer that. What else? But the thermals, I think the thermals is the thing that pisses me off the most. I took some pictures of Ernie and I was just editing them, in the garden, and it was not even a hot day. And the phone was hot to the touch, through the case, and it even dimmed. And I'm like, why? Why is this happening? Okay, it's still new, but it's not an Android that it does the optimization and everything. And it dimmed. I couldn't believe my eyes. That just one picture, just by adding, the blur and I don't know, it's a little bit of masking, and it dimmed. I don't know, and it was laggy.
Classic.
It was laggy, like literally laggy. No other phone has felt laggy on Lightroom like the iPhone does, and I don't believe that yet again I have a faulty one.
It's kind of strange though, isn't it? Because you'd think the iPhone would be the one thing that'd run sort of better than anything.
Yeah, I mean, it starts off, strong and it's good. Everything works perfectly, but the moment you keep adding, masks and a lot of edits, then you can really feel it starts to struggle. And especially when I add the blur and then I hit export, I don't know. It gets hot. Not to the point of saying, oh my God, I need to, put this down. It's going to fry my hand. But it's to the point that it bothers me. And the OnePlus, it runs so freaking smooth.
I just hear nothing but great things about the OnePlus 12.
Like,
I don't think there's one negative thing that I've heard about it.
The only negative thing I can give you, having used it now for many months, is that sometimes I just feel it's a bit boring in terms of features. The Pixel is more fun. It's really? I would say that the OnePlus is very minimalistic in terms of its overall features, unless there is something that I haven't discovered. But
Victory.
I don't know. It's very, very minimalistic. And the things that I saw In Milan, I just feel that they are gonna make it even more minimalistic, and I wasn't very pleased about that.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, isn't it? It's kind of strange, the approach, but yeah, Paul answered the issue that he had. He ordered the 9 Pro instead of the XL, thinking that he'd be different for his channel, which is exactly what I would have thought to do. But didn't realize that it comes out just before the iPhone launches. It's very strict. What do you think to this gap that we've had from the XL to the standard 9 Pro and the Fold? I think that is the Fold coming out at the same time as the smaller 9 Pro.
At the same time, or even slightly later. I think that Google just wanted to release their Prime device before the iPhone gets out.
Kind of how I feel as well.
And is the Pixel 9 Pro going to be like any different than the Pro XL? I don't think so. The only difference like being the size of the screen. I mean, it will have a lot of people. It will get a lot of people excited because a lot of users wanted a smaller Pro device without any shots taken at the camera. But I don't think it's going to be any different. And maybe Google wasn't able to keep up with the supply, or with I don't know, with the stocks for both options, and that's why they pushed it a bit further apart. Or maybe another idea, the Pixel 9 Pro XL, I feel that it received a very, very warm welcome this year. And they might want to have a separate wave of engagement, right?
That's a good point.
There's going to be a lot of Pixel 9 Pro reviews, especially from smaller channels that are not getting the phones before an official release. So there is going to be another wave of engagement. And surely they can't hope to top up iPhones, because it's simply impossible.
Nothing will.
But they will just push some people a notch more into their direction right before the new iPhones will be announced. So who knows? Maybe a separate wave of content going.
I think that makes sense. I actually think that's a pretty good reason. I think they need to try and keep themselves in the headlines in the search for a little bit longer, because you can already see, if you go into Google Trends, you can see Pixel's been sort of diving down on the trends. So having this staggered release will probably bump them back up again, just as the iPhone comes along, which might help a little bit. But yeah,
and just going back quickly to what Manos said, that iPhone starts out really strong and then drops down drastically. I'm not surprised. I remember in October last year, when I got the 15 Pro Max, I was doing some benchmarks to compare all three devices, the S23 Ultra, Pixel 8 Pro, and iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I remember the 3D Mark score of iPhone was the highest loop was very, very good. It was heaps and bounds above the competition, but it was just one loop. Right after finishing one loop, the performance dropped down 30% immediately, and all the rest of the 20 loops run was slowly declining again, but the initial drop down was very drastic. Maybe this is something that Manos is referencing, because usually when you're doing day-to-day stuff, even loading a bigger picture, or exporting a video, or maybe, I don't know, editing some photos, it's usually non-constant full 100% CPU usage. It's small bursts, right? There's a short period of very high CPU usage, which the chip and the cooling can handle. So it feels quick, it feels fast, it feels very responsive, but it's not able to hold.
There's no sustained performance. That's the issue.
And that's just down to the iPhone just not having much in terms of a thermal solution.
It has zero, nothing. And I felt that quite a lot when I was editing some 4K video from my external camera, and I was just using CapCut, and it was like it got toasty. It goes toasty, and it was unpleasant. I just had to let it go, and I used my iPad instead, which also got hot. But at least it didn't drop performance like the iPhone did because it's so small. Anyway, they get the basics done well because I feel the average person does that. But the moment you push it, I don't know. It's not there for me. It's not a bad phone. It's just
With the Pixel, do you find that you're having any of those sorts of issues?
I'm gonna reference the Pixel 8 Pro because I use that a lot for my photos. I didn't have that issue. Yes, it was slower to export, but I never felt that the performance was dropping to the point that I couldn't export or it would crash or anything. It was just slower. It was just slower. That was the only thing. But I felt it was handling thermals way better than the iPhone did. And another example that I have is from my trip to Vienna last year in December, and it was very cold. And the iPhone was draining way faster when I was sitting photos, whereas the Pixel 8 Pro was handling the photo shooting way better. Yes, it was draining fast as well, but not as fast as the iPhone. But that was just my personal experience. And even saying this out loud, it sounds kind of outrageous because we're all, used to hearing, oh, Pixel is bad, battery is crap, blah, 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 blah. And iPhone is best at everything. But that was just not my experience. The iPhone is amazing for the basic stuff, as long as you don't mind that it doesn't have a swipe back from anywhere or anything in terms of uploading stuff in the background. But yeah, for the basics, no, it's just fine. It's just the moment you start pushing it, you can see the drawbacks of not having a proper thermal solution. And
Joe, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
We can hear you as well. That's fine.
He's on Instagram for sure.
Yeah, I'm here, and I'm in the room.
He's in the room. How was your? I know you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Manos, as well.
No, sorry.
I know you have every phone at the minute.
Mr. Moneybags.
Just every phone.
Oh, I wish, yeah.
How are you getting on with the Pixel, and how are you finding it compared to the other phones that you're using?
Well, I had a nice break from Pixel, so I was kind of itching to try Pixel again. Because I do love the Pixel experience. Pixel Launch is my favourite flavour of Android, if I'm honest. The simplicity of it, how fluid it is, it's nice. I didn't want my Pixel to be an iPhone shape, if I'm honest. I'm probably in the minority that actually prefers the Pixel 8 design. But it is growing on me, I give it that. Someone gave me the official Pixel case, and it feels beautiful.
Yes.
That's making me fall in love with it a bit more.
I've got that for the 8 Pro, and I liked it initially, and then it sort of started to feel very sort of it gets sort of, because it's like a silicon coating to it.
Yeah,
and it feels a little bit. It gets a little bit horrible after a while.
That's my fear, that it's not going to stand the test of time. I can already tell that's likely to happen. And plus, if you dink this thing, it's going to take a chunk out, isn't it? It's very soft. It looks nice though.
I don't think the protection's fantastic, but it feels slim, so it feels really nice. But I'm kind of with you on the design side of things. I still prefer the 8 design, but who knows? Maybe when I get a 9 to try, I'll change my mind. Who knows?
To be honest, we are all like slapping a case on it either way.
That's true.
You are. Some people aren't, and some people are scratching the camera housing and getting annoyed.
And then they are complaining because they are like doofus. but to be honest, we are slapping our case on it most of the time. Although I would be like happy to try a skin. My daughter is like big enough to not run around and like throw it anymore, so I might as well try to use the skin this time, because I'm like on the contrary of you guys. I kind of like how this feels in hand.
You all like iPhones. That's all it is.
Yeah, we are all like sheep hiding in our Pixel closets.
On the note of cases, which cases have you guys got?
I got the 2DO one, the same that I used to have for the OnePlus.
Yes.
Just because it has
Merged
MagSafe, and I use MagSafe when I'm in the car. I find it the most convenient because I just need to plug it in and just pull it. Whereas with any other car mount, you need to drag it out, or sometimes you need to take it out of the case. And I just found MagSafe car mount the best, to be honest.
So I have the Spigen Liquid Air.
That's nice, that one. Yeah,
I've got that in my basket at the minute. Yeah.
Why my camera doesn't want to use autofocus, but
it hates it.
And I have this X level cheapo leather case, which is surprisingly
You've
good.
bought that multiple years now, haven't you?
Yes, I had a similar one for the Pixel 7 Pro, but it was more like matte. But I had there it is. It's almost the same one that I had for the Pixel 8 Pro and now for the Pixel 9 Pro XL.
Yeah.
And I have to say that I like them a lot. I was thinking about getting a one with MagSafe as well, but I'm not using it too much. Even in the car, I find myself getting more and more used to not having a car mount at all. If I need, I just plug it in and use the Android Auto.
Not all of us have fancy cars. Some of us live in the past.
Come on, my car from 2011 had Android Auto.
So I've got the Tudia ones as well. I have 3 different colors because they sent me them out, and I haven't got the phone yet, which was quite annoying. Mac, are you drinking cider?
No.
Oh God,
he is
making me want cider now. Oh, he's got Old Moot as well. Oh, this is horrible. Paul has got a few cases, but he's drawn to the Thinborn, which I am waiting to receive that from Thinborn myself.
So my dad from last year.
Yes, well,
they offered me one last year.
Okay, they were in the stream last week. Just saying.
Yes.
Still not arrived.
Still not arrived. Well, maybe they'll send you the 9 Pro one instead then.
I'm not going to hold my breath.
But that does look nice. That looks
like
the kind of thing because it's so slim, and that's just the sort of thing that I kind of want to go for. This
very nice. Got MagSafe as well.
Yeah, the Rink. Has MagSafe finally as well, so Sep's on about that. I have looked at them. They do look quite nice. They do look pretty good. Do you guys think you're going to hold on to the Pixel as the other thing?
I am for sure, because I'm going to send the 8 Pro to Google next week. And I don't know. Something that I wanted to mention. I'm charging it now, fast charging, and it's not warm at all. Not warm whatsoever. And that was actually a biggie.
I mean, it shouldn't be at 30 watts. Is it 35?
You would think that, but the 8 Pro, the 7 Pro, the 6 Pro, the 7A, they all got super toasty whenever I was fast charging them. Whereas now the 9 Pro XL, it's so cool. It's actually impressive. It's as cool as OnePlus normally is, because both the iPhone and the Samsung, they both get warm when you fast charge them. But the OnePlus and now the Pixel, zero heat. So kudos to Google for that.
So it's more impressive. It's the OnePlus doing 100-watt charge and it doesn't get hot.
See, that's impressive.
To be fair, it took me quite a while to get used to slow charging again when I went from OnePlus 12 to S24 Ultra, and I'm like, come on, faster. I missed it. The fact that you can go 0 to 100 in 26 minutes, it still blows my mind.
Yep.
And it doesn't get hot either. It's just impressive. I think next time I travel or anything, my SIM will be on the OnePlus 12, because It's so reliable when you need the juice and you haven't charged
That's
it
what
for
you want,
whatever
isn't it?
reason.
You just want something that's reliable as well.
Exactly.
But ring key, says Sep. Ring key.
I will throw in a hot take. I don't care about like fast charging. If the phone stays like operational,
maybe it's a cool take because
charged throughout the day, I don't even care. I'm using this like Pixel stand, which is kind of cool. But the annoying thing is that it's charging with like 30 watts, 27 watts, and it has a fan inside. And I can hear it at night.
Oh, no. No.
It activates sometimes. It's not going.
It would wake me up for sure.
Is it like white noise or is it like a horrible noise?
No. It's very quiet, but I can still hear
like laptops sort of like whirring in the background sort of.
That would wake up my dog for sure.
But to be honest, I'm just slapping the Pixel onto it, and I don't care how fast will it charge. If I'm like planning to go out in the afternoon, I will just throw in the phone on the charger during the day while I work for it to be just ready. So if the battery lasts for a day without bigger issues, I don't have an issue with like 30 watts.
So you just prefer to have really good battery life, charge it overnight.
Yeah,
I want both.
I mean, I'm kind of like that as well. I kind of want both because if for whatever reason you use your phone a lot, say you're doing a lot of camera stuff, video stuff, whatever, and you really push the battery and drain it, and then you want to top it up.
Like in my case, when I first got the OnePlus 12 and I went on my photo walk, I took a lot of pictures. I looked like a lot, and I just went to a coffee place just to chill and have a coffee and edit some of them just for the fun of it. And I pushed the phone so much that day. I think by around 4 p.m. it was 30% because I started the day. I took it off the charger at 7 in the morning, and then I was taking pictures for 3 hours. So as you can understand, that's very heavy use. And I went to the coffee place. I plugged it in, and I don't know. By the time I had to leave, it was back to 100%. I wouldn't be able to do this with any other phone.
No. Like for instance, my Xperia. Like that day, I took it out with the vlog monitor, wireless mics plugged in, everything else, and I was out for like 3 hours just recording. And that dropped the battery quite a lot. But like the Xperia's got like 30 watt charging, so it's like, nah. What I find myself doing is I'll leave it on charge, but I'll switch to another phone. It's quite handy if you've got other phones, but like
or something that I do at least with the Pixel 8 Pro or the iPhone when I was going out for photos, I was using this. I was bringing this with me.
Nice.
It's very light and everything, but this it does support fast charging. But when the phone itself cannot charge fast enough because of its limitations, it just keeps the battery from not draining. With my usage,
but what's the fast charging that it's offering? 20 watts, 25 tops? I would be surprised if it went any faster.
22.5.
So even if you have like 60 watts, 80 watts charging phone, you can like charge it up quickly at home. But if you're out and about, it doesn't matter if the phone charges at 30 watts or 150 watts because unless you have some of those like fancy
crazy ones.
Everyone's are like doing marketing for lately those see-through with all the current and charging information, which is kind of cool. I want to get one. But unless you have something like that, it doesn't really matter on the go.
No, it doesn't. It's fine. And to be honest, my case for my photo walks, this happens like every, I don't know, at least once a month. So it's fine. It's fine. It's just me being spoiled by something which.
That's why you don't need fast charging so much.
No.
Do you guys
fast charging?
Do you guys have power banks?
I've got a power bank, but I don't really use it.
No, ever since I got this one, I don't really carry a power bank anymore. And also,
is that the Anker one that goes in the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want one of them.
And it's amazing because it also has the USB-C input here, so you can use it with pass-through.
Yeah.
And that works very, very well. I love charging it everything like this. Yeah.
Fidget spinner looks like a little fidget thing there.
Yeah, I would say it's one of my best accessory, purchases from last year. I really, really love it.
I love
It's really
Anchor.
good.
I love
Yeah.
Anchor. If they want to reach out to me and give me products, I'll happily take it.
You're such an
I'm
anchor.
gonna say though, the previous one, because I have a MagSafe, which was for the iPhone. That one was getting very, very hot. But this one is perfect. It's a 10 out of 10 product. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Bloody hell.
10 out of 10. I love it that much. Yeah.
They're going to be putting that on the marketing material now. I just see Manos. 10 out of
Manos.
10.
Yeah, I have a lot of power banks, but I'm the kind of guy that I just like charge them all the time. My wife just uses them. I keep on charging them one after another.
It's just a hobby of yours. I like charging my power banks.
No, I feel for Mike.
I hate having like a power bank that I would need in certain situation and it's empty.
Yeah.
So that's why I like have 2 big ones and 3 smaller ones that are in constant use.
A powerless power bank is going to be pretty pants.
Yeah,
it's not going to be great.
I've got this cool little thing. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, no, the camera
fading. Put it in front of your face.
it's still an improvement.
There you go. You see, works.
Yeah. Oh, this is the multi-charger.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
You look like a cyborg.
Yeah.
I have like 2 of
I have Borg.
I have like 2 of those with 3 or 4 ports, which is like extremely useful when we're traveling. I'm just getting 1 charger, 3 cables, and I'm done. I don't need anything else.
Yeah, especially when you don't get many plug sockets in some places.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Charging stuff.
Joe, stop showing off the Vivo. Stop
need to start. I think it's I haven't actually showed it off because I haven't shown any pictures or anything, have I? Really?
No, you haven't.
I think only
it's a travesty. You really should
their
be.
daughter. No, wasn't there one of the pictures?
Yeah. There was a couple of her. Yeah, she's
which
like
looked amazing. I loved them. They were very good quality, very nice photos.
Yeah, I need to do more. I need to be like Manos.
Yes.
I don't think anyone can be like Manos when it comes to photos.
No.
Mac does a pretty good job when he gets out and he's doing it, but
he has some amazing photos, especially the one with the horse from Pixel 8 Pro. I love that photo. It's so good. So good.
He's got it up on his wall.
It's so edited.
Still, it looks amazing. It looks amazing.
I've edited a hell out of it, but yeah, it turned out really great. This was one of the photos that made me that convinced me to stay with the Pixel 8 Pro.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really struggling with making up my mind the second time I got it last year, but like this photo was one of those that like convinced me, okay, this is in terms of camera, this is the way to go.
It's difficult. I mean, the Samsung was nice.
I like it.
Still is. And it's just, but every time you get out and you just want to take some photographs, it's really, really difficult. You and your white phones, man.
For me, it worked. The S23 Ultra, it worked, and especially with Gcam and everything. If you just want to shoot auto,
I never touched Gcam ever. Ever.
Talking of Gcam, where's Neil?
He's out taking photos with Gcam. What did you think?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
That's just what he's doing. Joe showing his Vivo off there just got me thinking of the upcoming phones, the next generation of phones that are coming with the 8 Gen 4. And we got a teaser, which I believe was like yesterday or today from Oppo.
Yes.
It seemed to be teasing I'm going to share it actually because
I was going to say, can I see this? Because I've not seen it yet. Please share.
Yes, you can. You have our official approval.
There.
I thought that was Reno.
It could be.
I thought it was Reno.
They are actually. There is a hashtag there of Oppo Reno. Yeah, there is.
Okay.
All the emotions.
But yeah, the emotions have gone now. Thanks, Joe. But
sorry, mate.
I thought the Reno was already out.
Oh, they'd love a new Reno there.
How many Renos are there?
And to be fair, for the X8, it's a bit early because
Well,
what
I
are
don't
we?
think it's that early because
For China release, it's not.
apparently it's October.
It's October. Oh, okay.
Yeah, China release
it was
is
later.
normally
Yeah.
October, November. Yeah, normally.
Okay, that's fair. I thought it was way later. I thought it was like early year, like
And then
January.
Jan, Feb for global, right? That's it. Is that
Gotcha.
right?
I think it is about Jan, Feb, yeah. So
Yeah.
that'd be about right. So same with OnePlus, Vivo as well. So we've got OnePlus 13, Vivo X200 series, and the Find X8 series. And the Find X8 series should be coming here.
OnePlus last year was in December here. I remember that because I placed an order from the official website and I was like 900 something pounds, too much, and I cancelled it.
And you got one from me.
Now.
Yes, that was the best deal. Mates rates the best.
When did you get that though?
March or April, I think.
So you missed out on 3-4 months of
it's
OnePlus
okay.
bliss.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's okay. I was using the Pixel 8 Pro at the time, which, to be fair, it served me perfectly well. So no complaints. Yeah. And going back to Pixel, I wanted to say it's such a shame that the telephoto did not improve with the minimum focus distance. I really wish they have had that because the minimum focus distance on both Samsung and OnePlus is just so good that it has really spoiled me. It will get some used to going back to just using the ultra wides to take macro shots, or just do it the way Mac does with taking 50 megapixel ones and then just cropping. To be fair, I haven't really done that because I always felt that it was downgrading a lot in quality. So at least that was my perception. But judging from Max's examples, I'm obviously wrong. So I'm gonna, go back to it.
I think I've fixed my autofocus. Have I? No.
That went well.
That went well, yeah. But yeah, the 50 megapixel mode on the telephoto lens, it's 95% of the pictures that I take. Maybe like if it's late and it's already dark, I'll switch to 12 megapixels. But other than that, 50 megapixels all the way. Even if I'm not using them, I like to have the room for a crop, just like I did today with those flower pictures. And I wasn't able to get closer because the flowers were on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
So I was like a meter and a half away from them. But with 50 megapixels, I was able to crop it really close, and it still looks quite okay.
They look good.
No,
they did look good.
They came out very good. Very natural, I would say. I really like the processing that has been done there. And one thing about Google is that it's already good outside the box, and I feel it's the only company that you can rely on to make it even better as months go by. Unlike Samsung, where it becomes worse.
Samsung, you've just no idea what's going to happen. It can get better, and then it gets worse, and then you lose all your battery, and then things get better again, and it's like, what is even going on?
Still waiting on the S24 Ultra for these famous big
Hold on a
camera
second.
updates.
Are we waiting for this? Is it this update is going to fix everything? Are we still here? Because I'm sure we were talking about this a year ago about the S23
and the
Ultra,
year before that,
and the year before that, and the year before that. Yeah. So I always find it funny because that only seems to happen with Samsung. We only ever see that with Samsung. It's like, oh yeah, this next update apparently is going to fix all the issues with the camera. I don't see that common for any other brand.
Yeah, and they leave you hanging. You're like, oh yeah, it's gonna come.
Yeah, because it's not coming. Yeah, it's just not coming.
With the S23 Ultra on auto, at least it was improved noticeably in September. Like so many months later, and it was such a shame. Now with the S24, I honestly feel, I don't know if it's my model, but I swear I feel that the 50 megapixel and the 200 megapixel modes on the S23 Ultra, they work better than the S24. And I just I don't understand why.
Yeah, it's weird.
Interesting.
It feels it has less detail, less clarity. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Probably.
Probably yes. Let's leave it to me.
How rude.
Yeah, I want to believe that it's something that I'm doing wrong, or like my Fahim was saying, that I got used to so much to OnePlus that I haven't adjusted to Samsung yet. But I don't know. But it's fine. It's fine. It works for the type of photos that I take. It works okay because I don't take that many flower shots, so it's fine. The telephoto works great.
Yeah. In terms of the Pixel, I had a thought today. I think I even messaged you guys on the Telegram about this. I think that some of the changes in the default camera app on the Pixel made the app less usable than it was before. I remember
what do you mean?
when I got my first Pixels, I think it was Pixel 2 something, and then the Pixel 4 XL. I loved the fact that instantly after like getting into the camera app, you had two toggles.
The double exposure. Yeah.
Exposure and HDR, right?
Yeah.
And it was so useful. I mean, the toggle that I use the most from Pro Controls right now is focus bracketing and exposure. Having the exposure like just out there, enabled and ready to use every time was so good. I mean,
I agree 100%.
you can change the nature of the image, but by just turning down the exposure a bit, and I miss it. I think that Google can do a lot of improvements with their app, but it would be like great if you could choose like two or maybe one or two options from the Pro Controls and just put them in here.
I
for them
agree. Yeah.
for them to be enabled like all the time.
Do you know what I would like from everyone? Focus peaking.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that I have focus picking only if I switch to manual focus, and I won't even adjust it. It's still set to autofocus, but the picking is active. But if I close down the Pro Controls, even though the focus is still set to auto, the picking goes away. I hate that I cannot enable it like to be on by default. It's so helpful. It's so helpful.
Neil will tell you Gcam will let you do it.
I don't think so. I think you cannot do that there.
So, like, if you go into the controls on the Pro mode on Xperia, like you can just on the corner here, there's peaking. You can just turn it on and off, and it'll stay on or off.
Give us a choice just to have it on or off. Yeah.
I mean, you know, we're talking about Pixel's camera software not being quite as well thought out as before. I'm not getting to Xperias because holy shit, I could go on for ages.
Let's not go there, Dan.
Let's not go there.
Plus, there's a video coming out, right? So
there's a video.
We'll wait for that.
God. I'm halfway through writing the script on this one, and I'm just gonna. Oh no, it's not good. Sep, who's ready for a dedicated camera button on the 16 series iPhone? I know you're excited, Dan.
I don't know. I mean, already I can take pictures using the volume buttons. So what is this gonna do differently?
I gotta say,
two-stage.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, Xperia camera button. You will want it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice.
So much better to have.
Is it because of the feeling or what it's gonna do?
It feels like you're using an actual camera. You sort of halfway down to focus, full way down to take like an actual camera.
This is the key. Half press to set the focus and then full press to take the picture.
Okay, that sounds amazing.
Honestly, you can't beat it. You can't.
If you'll
like
be
the
able,
control you feel you have is
Manos, if you're able to find the Lumia that I sent you somewhere, it has the camera shutter button.
I'll give it a try.
Dual step. It's like so useful. It's great.
But Apple is not going to do any of those things, and you know that very well, because it's going to be too confusing for the average user.
The funny thing is, I
think people know how to use a camera.
Do they though?
I think they do. I think it's pretty self-explanatory once you actually start using it, what it's actually doing.
I've actually saw a leak on Twitter when someone that's using the latest beta of the new iOS with Apple Intelligence turned on. They asked Apple Intelligence, how will the shutter button work? And it replied, with the full manual.
No way.
No way.
Shutter button. It is
That's
going
great.
to be like half press,
Mm.
focus, full press, take a shot. I'm sure it's going to be like customizable, just like the action button.
Yeah.
At least a bit, but I think it's the right way to go.
At least then you don't
would
necessarily
like
have to use the action
it.
button for the photography side of things, because
Yeah.
you could use it as a shutter button as well, which,
Yeah.
okay, but it didn't really make sense to have
Which
that.
is-
So at least then it allows people that want to be able to have like a dedicated camera button to actually be able to use that for something else.
So you're saying that this button now will be able to set up the focus manually and all this type of things. So
Possibly,
because you're starting to sell me on the iPhone then.
No, it's not like
Oh, here we go. He's upgrading.
it's not like setting it manually.
No.
When you
If
have
that's-
press the button,
if you're
it will
interested in that,
fully
Manos,
focus.
get an Xperia.
Yeah, it won't. It's not as Matt was just saying. It's more just sort of
showing you where the focus
Yeah.
is going to land.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And locking it. Once you're hold it
Exactly.
half pressed, it will lock the focus where it like caught it. At the
Gotcha.
first
Instead
time.
of tapping like you have on third-party apps. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But the renders I've seen, it's pretty big on the iPhone. Does it need to be
it's like
that big?
It's like that,
Yeah.
and then halfway, and you can see
Yeah.
it's tracking me, and then
Yeah.
take photo.
No, Joe, it needs to be big because otherwise the average consumer is not going to be able to find it.
Terrible.
They're
photo.
gonna.
That's what she said.
I'm just thinking case-wise as well, like how that's gonna work.
Mm,
It's going to be like
a
capacity
cutout.
button,
maybe.
right? Just
It'll
like
be
the-
fine. Everything will be designed perfectly for Apple because it always is.
Yeah.
And talking about the going back to like the the big camera phones that are going to be coming out in the next few months. Any of you looking at actually picking one up?
I have my eyes on the OnePlus 13 for sure, based on what I've seen, but even more so on the Oppo X8 Ultra. If they come in the UK, I'm definitely grabbing one. I'm gonna sell.
The Ultra is apparently going to be coming later, so we're going to get 3 models of Find X8, which is going to be similar to how Vivo did it this year. So you get like an X8, an X8 Pro, and then X8 Ultra later, like next year.
I'm gonna wait for the Ultra for sure, and I'm gonna sell. I don't know, most likely the S24 Ultra and the OnePlus, and I'm gonna get that because I think it's gonna be worth it.
Will the
I
Ultra
agree.
go global though?
It should be.
We don't know.
That's the fear, isn't it? They
We
just
don't
do the standard and the Pro.
Well, the
Like
the Vivo didn't did it.
No, yeah.
So we'll have to.
Like
wait.
I
But then
said,
other
yeah.
manufacturers have been doing it. I mean, Honor, who we're going to talk about more shortly, is bringing all their devices here.
Yeah.
Even the new Magic V3.
They're the
foldable.
fastest growing at the moment.
Yeah, and even Xiaomi brought their 14 Ultra this year, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Well-
I think more of them are starting to
come over. Yeah.
bring them. So we'll hopefully get more of that.
Yeah, but to be honest, even if it won't come out, even if the OnePlus 13 will have a similar camera system as the Oppo Find X7 Ultra, which is supposed to have, is going to be a fire.
That's going to be a great buy.
Yeah.
That is
Do
gonna be
you
a great
remember
buy.
what I told you that Little Bird told me about where the cameras will be?
Little bird.
You need to shave your head if you want to pose as Varys. I can be Varys, not you. You can actually be a Tyrion. Perfect Tyrion.
I cannot say more, but the cameras, they're going to be good for the OnePlus 13. So, yeah, we're going to get something nice.
I'm just picturing Manos as Tyrion now. It's great.
He's like, ceased and desist.
But the other thing that I was thinking as well, though, is that what could be really good is that if you import a OnePlus now, the OnePlus 12, you can get it with Oxygen OS. So it doesn't have to have the Chinese ROM. Like if you order the Vivo, it's got the Chinese ROM generally.
Yep.
So if these other phones do sort of come here, the imports will be cheaper, but we'll also be able to get the European ROM.
You can flash it, yeah.
Which
Maybe.
should be available, especially like on the Oppo and things. So that could be really good. So Find X8 for me. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be probably also looking at the Oppo. I love the Find X5 that I had, the X5 Pro that I had for some time.
I was ready to jump all in on the X6 Pro, and then everything went to shit.
Yeah.
Which was very unfortunate because that phone looked absolutely fantastic as well.
Well, Dan, I was devastated because it was part of my switch up rotation.
Yeah, well, I was ready for it. I was literally like, I'm ready to get it. I'm ready to get it as soon as it launches. And they were like, it's not coming. I was like, no. Slow, like in slow mo, like
Darth Vader style.
Yeah, exactly. Destroyed everything around me. So yeah, the what was it? The iPhone events in 9 days.
I couldn't care less.
You say that.
Yeah, you say that right now.
You keep saying this, man. I don't think at this point it's like Boy You Cry Wolf. It's just nobody believes.
I want to believe, I guess, in my own bullshit. Let's say it's just like I'm trying to convince myself not to do it.
But we know the truth.
Thing is, we can't pin this in top like we do with Telegram.
It's there though as evidence. People have seen it. We've got other people that have. It's on record.
We can clip him.
We'll make
Jimmy will remember. Jimmy, you remember, right?
Yeah, Jimmy will remember.
No, Manos has said that he won't get the iPhone.
So
okay,
if we knew that they were gonna upgrade, the telephoto, which has been my biggest disappointment with the 15 Pro series, I would have upgraded. If they were to say, better sensor, better minimum focus distance, I would be like, okay, I'm getting it. But given that no leaks and rumors point towards that direction, and the fact that they introduced this sensor and lens last year, I just don't see them upgrading it so fast. I think we're gonna be stuck with it for another 2 years before they change anything.
You just think we'll get AI this year.
Yeah, I will be getting the 16 Pro for my wife because she's still on her 13 Pro, and she never complains about the devices. I mean, it's me who has to force her to switch.
13 Pro was the best iPhone.
Yeah, but lately she's saying that the camera feels lacking, and the battery.
Interesting.
Is disappointing.
The battery, it's easy to, you just go and replace it and it's fine. But the camera, what does it feel that it's lacking? Because I remember 13 had an issue with highlights. They were a bit too, aggressive, I would say, too overblown.
Basically, it's trash.
So it was kind of nice. I liked it at first, but then I got the Pixel 6 Pro and everything went to shit.
Oh my god, that's
embarrassing.
4X.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, amazing. I mean the zoom is disappointing, and I believe that it was also the case of over sharpening.
Yes, I forgot about that.
13 had the over sharpening issue.
Colors were wild as well.
Yeah, which was like the biggest issue was, I think, with the 14 line with the over sharpening, but 13 also has a lot of it. But yeah, she is also tired of like remembering about the goddamn lightning cable. So
yes, that makes sense.
I'll be probably getting this.
It makes things so much easier.
Yeah. Maybe
like, that's why I kind of want my other half to upgrade, just so we don't have lightning cables and we can just.
Same here, but you know what the problem is then? It's because we have then the AirPods. With the AirPods, they're still with lightning. So even if mine were to go for USB-C one, you would still have to use a freaking lightning.
So we've got a stand, a MagSafe stand that. It's got a charger bit at the top for the phone, and then at the bottom it's just a base. You just put the AirPods on there and it charges them. So you can still work your way around it. I have
one of those, but unfortunately it makes the phone so hot. I think it's Belkin. Yeah, the one that I have is from Belkin. It makes the phone, I don't know, I can cook an egg on it.
But you're not using it while it's charging, right?
No, I'm not, and it still gets super hot. Like I remember.
What does it matter? If it's just sitting on a charger, it can be.
You know that the heat, though, it affects the battery health. It's gonna,
You are going to switch it up after 5 months.
Not for me. For my for my girl. Like she's not gonna. Like the only reason why she has been upgrading the past 3 years is because I was getting the latest and she was getting my, previous model. But this is not happening this year, so.
While we're talking about the new iPhones, though, it's meant to be better cooling, like the thermal should be better.
Only for the Pro Max, I've heard, though.
Oh, is it?
They make the SoC even more powerful.
Yeah.
And it's going to be exactly the same because the power is going to be requiring to run whatever benchmarks. It's going to make it hot.
That's why they're going for eSIM, because it will melt your physical SIM.
You laugh, but you will see. You will see.
Maybe.
And the batteries this year, they were degrading even faster compared to the 14 series. Like I've been seeing a lot of people on Twix, complaining that their battery is already in the 80s.
Oh, really?
And we are like less than a year, and it's in the 80s. Like that's just insane.
It's not cutting edge battery tech. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are they using cheap batteries, or I don't know what is the?
It's gonna be a dual layer battery as well, isn't it?
I think it's mostly due to the thermals.
That as well.
Thermal environment
It must be a combination of everything because with the 13 series, the battery was perfectly fine.
Batteries and heat do not go well. It's not a good combination.
That's why I don't use wireless charging. I just don't.
Yeah, same.
I just do not.
Yeah, but which phones are you guys looking forward to? Because this is how we started this part, and then we derailed.
Well, we're going to get on to the Honor Magic V3 in a moment. And Joe kindly told us yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah.
That the Honor Magic V3 is coming to O2.
Can we share this info?
What?
We already have.
It's fine.
Well, too late now.
It's cool.
Fine.
It's cool.
It's totally fine.
It's another Joe. It's not me.
This is we've masked this guy on here. It's not actually him.
I mean, it's not far away, to be fair.
No, I mean it should be announced like a week ago.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's something that I really, really want to try. Really, really want to try. But in terms of camera phones, I really want the Oppo. The Oppo is just... I really like what they're doing in terms of processing and the modes they're offering as well. Like the raw max stuff that they do looks really impressive that they did on the 5X7 Ultra.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see what they do with the X8. And apparently they've got a little button on there. The X8 is going to have a button like the iPhone's got.
Yep.
So that should be interesting to see. We've got... What's this? Barry's in the chat.
Hey,
sorry I am late. I was not subbed. I was scrolling Twitter. For shame. For shame, Barry.
Shame.
Well, thank you for subbing.
Shame.
I'm assuming you've subbed. Shame. Yeah, that's all you can think of, isn't it? We're doing a lot of Game of Thrones references in this episode. It's saying shame whilst Manos is Tyrion.
I'm currently like rewatching an episode one after another at some point. So.
I've started watching it with Jackie's brother.
Okay, I started watching the...
we're watching like 1 or 2 episodes a week.
It's
That's
so
nice.
Good. It's so
good.
I don't know. I'm watching House of Dragon now. We are in episode 3.
House of Dragon's good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. And I'm enjoying watching it even more in our new bed, which has this like Dolby Atmos cinema feeling. I don't know.
It's not a family show, but remember, control yourself.
I'm just saying about watching movies now. I don't know. It's just I love it.
It means with Ernie.
Yes.
It really feels like him in the cinema.
It's Ernie's bed, to be fair.
Yeah. True. I've woken up many times and he's just like so squeezed against me. And then I just move so I don't bother him. And I'm like this.
I bet he's proper hot as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's great for the winter.
Yeah.
He's great for the winter.
Yeah.
When he gets hot, he just goes away because he's bothered. But yeah, wait, he's here now. I don't know, you can see him. Can you see him?
Yeah, doggo. Look at him. Chilling.
So yeah, our living room is rather empty
Chilling.
because the couch has not arrived yet. It's going to be here next month.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're getting
settled.
We're getting there. We're, I would say, 80% there. Yeah, or 80% there.
Barry and Jimmy both subscribed, by the way. So thank you very much, guys. Good to have you along. Good to have you with us. Right. Let's have a little look-see at This.
Yeah, they went hard on
They
Samsung.
honestly, I don't usually approve of companies doing this sort of marketing, but in this case, I'm actually all for it.
Mm.
And because honestly, Samsung, get your shit together. Like,
Too
get your
comfortable.
shit
They become
together.
too comfortable.
Because
They
folded,
have.
it's thinner than the S24 Ultra.
That's crazy.
But can I
Crazy.
say something? I just feel I don't know. Do we really need them to be this thin?
Yes.
Like,
Yes,
wow.
because one of the things that put me off a foldable is when it's folded and in your pocket, it's massive. And I think that's why I didn't like the Pixel Fold. So
You've
for
always got
me,
people saying, "Are you happy to see me?" Like, it's really, really tough day to day.
I hear you, but at the same time, when it's thin, smaller battery, and worse cameras, which for me is like the biggest deal breaker. The camera is not going to be as good.
Do you know
That's
how
the
big
only
the
thing that-
battery is in this thing, though?
yeah, it's a decent size.
It's not just decent. It's like 51,
Yeah, it's over
50
5K.
milliamp hour or something. Like it's massive.
It's but this is gonna be as good as on your typical slab. But okay, forget battery. If it charges fast, it's fine. But what about the cameras? Because you can't really beat physics here. Like,
Well,
So the camera bump is big, and that's one thing I will say. When it's flat out, it sort of wobbles. So it's good to get a case on it to make it more level on that side.
okay.
But there might be a case in the box, which would be nice, but I don't know for sure.
I kind of feel like with foldables, I don't really want to use a case, but that's probably usually because they are too chunky to actually.
Yeah,
I was
Put a case
only
on, yeah.
I was just only using the bottom part, not the one on the cover screen part of the case. But Manas, about the cameras, look at the picture that Dan is sharing. The Honor has better camera system in such a thin device that the Galaxy had in their chunky fold.
Yeah, but Galaxies, because they're cheap, AF, not because they can't do it. They don't want to do it.
I mean, this is another thing maybe worth mentioning, the new Samsung Fold Special Edition or
the Slim.
I don't remember how is it called, but putting like 200 megapixel sensor is so useless. I mean, the main camera was the last one that needed the upgrade.
Yeah,
but that's the thing, though. It's typical Samsung. They've gone for the headline. Look at this, 200 megapixels. Wow. It's like, no, can you just give us some good hardware so we can actually take some good photos? That'd be great.
Yeah, and the 3X is like a pin.
Yes.
Seems that it works, though, doesn't it? Because
it does work.
The average consumer's like, yeah, that's the best foldable. It's got 200 megapixel camera.
They probably would.
Yeah,
they probably would. But when you get Honor coming along like with marketing like this as well, that really, I think that really just shows them up.
Yeah,
because it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it does.
It really
honestly,
does look good. And they've packed in some good cameras. It's not like the cameras are really poor hardware. Sure, they're not like slab level, but they are.
The screens are amazing as well. They're beautiful screens.
Yeah, but at the same time, there is like a big issue here. How many people that are willing to spend like close to £2,000 on a phone are like ready to buy an Honor device? I would say that 90% of people who are able to spend that kind of money will still get a Samsung. Just because.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, Samsung's still going to sell more, obviously, but I think you've got to start somewhere, right? You've got to start somewhere. And I think companies are starting now to actually make foldables that are just simply embarrassing Samsung.
OnePlus Open paved the way.
Hell yeah.
Last year.
There's an excellent video. Did I share it with you already on GSM Arena, though? The durability of this thing, considering it's so thin.
I watched that video. It was fantastic.
Yeah. And GSM Arena ain't going to fake that, are they? They're going to actually properly test that. Because in their marketing, they've got it in a washing machine. So GSM Arena said, well, let's actually test that out. And they actually put it in a washing machine themselves. And it lasted. I wouldn't be confident with all phones doing that, would you?
No.
No.
We're talking about a thin foldable. It's pretty impressive.
I love this though, where they wrote this whole message on the hinge.
Yeah, I looked at the one that
Fucking hilarious.
the one I saw. I tried to look to see if there was anything there, but I couldn't see it.
Yeah, I don't think they put it on every fold. Imagine they put that on every on a Magic V. That'd be amazing.
I was disappointed. I really wanted to see it there.
I would laugh even more. That'd be even more of a reason to buy it.
But yeah, I mean, what they could do is like put a mark somewhere that would say like, okay, this is like almost the width of our phone, and this is only like 1/2 of Samsung foldable. That would be also hilarious. But
That would be pretty good.
Or a QR code that brought you to a website that showed you that.
Yeah. But people with iPhones wouldn't be able to scan it due to minimal focusing distance.
I mean, that's crazy though. Like, it just looks so slick, man.
Mate, honestly, because I was already really, really looking forward to it and kind of excited about it. And then when I felt it, I was like, okay, that's got me now. I've got to get this.
I find that interesting as well because you've had the Pixel Fold. And did you try the Galaxy Fold at one point as well?
No, I'd love to, but I haven't.
But you weren't keen on the Pixel Fold in terms of weight and...
Yeah, it's a bit of a beast. It's a bit of a heavy beast.
And the screen, for me, the biggest issue was the screen. I don't know, it felt too plasticky.
Yeah.
It didn't look great. It didn't. Yeah.
It
was always nice. Quite worrying when you went into an O2 store to look at a Pixel Fold and it was just all cracked down the middle and barely working. I was like, why is this still on display? Why is this still on display? It looks horrendous. Nobody in their right mind is buying one after seeing that.
No.
Give it to Google that the second generation of the foldable looks.
Oh yeah,
it looks way better.
I still think it shouldn't be called the Pixel 9 Pro.
The naming is horrendous. Yeah,
it should be just Pixel 9 Fold because it doesn't have like almost any of those Pro features. But I think that the hardware wise, the glow up is great year to year.
But they don't want it to seem worse than the Pro models, do they? Whilst charging so much more, so they've had to tack the Pro on as well.
I understand, but there's no hardware. There's no.
I agree. I mean, I don't disagree. I can just sort of see why they would do it from a marketing perspective. But...
You know what their argument will be? It'll be like Pro software features that takes advantage of the Fold. That's what they'll say. It's a Pro Fold.
Show me the features.
Yeah, and I have a question. The telephoto that it has, it's comparable to which generation of Pixels?
None. It's
Pixel 4 XL.
It's okay.
Probably.
It's hardware-wise, it's comparable to Galaxy X3, but it's obviously it has better processing due to being a Pixel. So I've seen like a lot of very decent shots, but you can't like cheat physics so much.
No.
It would have been amazing if they had the telephoto from the 6 Pro. That would have been amazing.
Now that would have been something, yeah. That would
have been special, actually. Yeah, because that was a good telephoto. To be fair,
it's fantastic.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing.
My favorite.
Because reminiscing, and it wasn't that long.
Because the thing is,
I'm using it as a cam now. I'm using it as my cam. It's a 6 Pro. So,
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I figured out
not the 4X, not the 4X. So that would be silly.
I figured out. What I was going to say, I've forgotten now. Wasn't that important?
Well, I wanted to say that the telephoto on the OnePlus Open and whatever the Oppo version is called, it's actually very good.
The Find It.
Good.
It's the same as the 12.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a little bit worse, I think, but not.
I think it's supposed to be the same hardware, though.
Yeah, it's the same hardware.
It's supposed to be the exact same hardware. The only difference is the main sensor. I think is a special version for the Open,
12.
which is the same sensor but like a slim. Like they've done something with it to make it more compact to fit into the Fold.
Right.
But it's essentially the same. So there's very, very. I think Juan. Some gadget guy went over it in a video, sort of comparing both phones. But
well, you know that the 3X.
But that's really good hardware. Like if you could put that in every Fold, I'd take it.
Yeah, because the 3X on the OnePlus 12 is by far my favorite. So I would be super happy with that. Yeah. It's just I still cannot justify spending almost 2K for a foldable. I don't feel it's gonna last in terms of closing and open.
Yeah, but still, in terms of just trying it out, like I said, go to GiftGuff, get some
100%.
Z
Yeah.
just to try it out for
Galaxy.
like,
There's a guy. I mean, even Galaxy Fold 4s. I mean, they're on there for like 449 quid.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. And in terms of functionality, the Fold 4 will be just as good as anything that Samsung's putting out now. So
you have the same camera system as Fold 6.
Yeah, it's insane. The only difference with the Fold 4, it doesn't fold flat. That's the only issue with that. But the Fold 5 does, and that's on there for what, $699? Like, it's insane. There's no, I mean, you get a year's warranty with that, and
I don't know.
21-day return window, Manos. 21 days.
I still feel I would like to try a flip before I try a fold.
Why?
Well,
what's the appeal for you on the flip? Out of interest.
I think I mentioned this before. Ever since I started following this guy Wilkin from Motorola, and he has been showing the 50 Razer Ultra, whatever the name is. It's just I love how elegant it looks, especially the green and the functionality on the outer screen with the things that you can do. It feels fresh and I don't know. It just feels different. It just feels different.
Joe,
maybe I would get bored of it eventually. I don't know, but whenever I see it, I was like, oh, this looks fun. I don't know. And
you dual carry. This is what happens. Dual carry.
And I was being serious. I would instantly trade the S24 Ultra for a Razer 50 Ultra, whatever it's called, or a Flip 6, just for the sake of, just trying something different.
I'll take that point, Dan. Actually, if you was dual carrying, right, I could have the Flip and then the Vivo in the other.
That's exactly my plan.
Yeah. Okay, I get that. That's pretty good.
Which is why the Razer 50 will be here on Tuesday.
But for me, I want more real estate, So if I'm going to have a foldable, I want a big folder.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what do you do when you open it? Like, what you going to use it for?
What would you like to use it for? I mean, for me, the perfect usability would be to have the fold and a proper camera phone. I mean, take the photos with the proper camera phone, and you have basically a tablet in your phone to edit those photos as go. Manos, I will say this to you once again. Using Lightroom mobile on the Z Fold 4 with the S Pen, it was like completely different experience.
It's really good.
You can be so precise. You can do everything you want.
I can imagine, because this is how I use it with the iPad Mini 6, and I always enjoy editing photos there. Yeah.
And you have it in your pocket. I mean, even mobile gaming feels great.
The solution then is flip phone one pocket, big foldable in the other pocket. Got it.
For me, I want a foldable that does duo level of multitasking, which is a big ask.
Nothing's going to do dual level of multitasking. Nothing can compare to duo.
If it can get close, though, if something can get close, that's what I want.
But which company was it? Huawei that they announced the 3 foldable screens?
Techno.
Yeah, I was going to say
Techno. Yeah, they tend to do a lot of things like that, sort of prototypes and things. And
so that was a concept, basically. I don't know. That looked cool.
I knew Sam would have to speak up as soon as we started mentioning duo.
It looks fine until you really think about it, Manos, because if it's free folding device. 3 pieces of screen, you have the soft plastic screen on the outside as well. You don't have a proper glass screen on the outside, right? And it would be I would find it hilarious if they made a phone that would have free fold plastic screen and this glass screen as a port. This would be totally crazy. So I don't believe that we will see
anything like this
day-to-day finished customer-ready implementation soon. Not unless they can figure out the plastic layer, which is it's better in the Fold 6 that I had than it was in the Fold 4. It was much more resistant to like even slightly tougher usage, but it's still a plasticky display.
Yeah. You just remember being impressed by how they were using it like a laptop, and they were using one part of the screen for a keyboard, and the rest was
Yeah, this
I don't know, that
looks
looked
cool,
cool.
but this is terrible.
Yeah,
in
of
terms
course,
of
of course.
usability.
Your hands would be like this, as if you were using I don't know, the equivalent of a Magic Mouse from Apple, which it looks kind of, I don't know, beautiful, but at the same time, if you want carpal tunnel, best mouse to buy. Yeah.
I've just found the best selling point of the Honor Magic V3. I'm just on
Okay.
GSM Arena looking at the specs, right? And the display, right, is King Kong Rhinoceros.
Yes, that'll be the.
What
That'll
is
be
that supposed to
the.
be?
I wonder if that's like the
That's the
the
protection.
coating or something. Yeah.
Yeah, King Kong Rhinoceros. Whoa.
I saw that other day. I was like, what?
I don't know.
It's
I think
just stupid.
Jerry
That's
has said it
terrible.
best. Glass is glass, and glass breaks and scratches. So
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, but it's not glass. It's King Kong Rhinoceros.
Exactly. It's better than glass, mate. It's better than glass.
And screen protectors have started to be, cheap, because I can see scratches in every single one that I have. Even, I don't know, supposedly the glass ones, which are more resilient from what's the Spigen, and I don't remember the other brands. Yeah, and it's started to piss me off.
Yeah, sometimes the price you pay as well, you expect better, don't you?
Yeah, but it's okay as long as the main one is not getting scratched. I'm fine with it. It's okay. Yeah.
But yeah, like the Honor V3's got like two 50 megapixel cameras and a 40 megapixel camera for the ultra wide. It's like Google and Samsung still running with these bloody 10 megapixel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even the selfie cams are both 20 megapixel.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cover display 5,000 nits. What the hell?
I saw that. I was like, wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
even the internal 1,800.
I mean, it's peak. Like,
peak.
You're not gonna hit that most of the time.
Not
anyway,
often.
I hope not.
And this is a logarithmic scale, right? So the difference between 2,000 nits and 3,000 nits, it's much bigger than the difference between 3,000 nits and 4,000 nits.
See, Max just getting technical now. Just leave us with our numbers, man.
I mean, after I read it somewhere, after 3,500 and up,
I just have diminishing returns.
You would need to have like double up the nittage to be able to even perceive any difference in the screen.
So what Max saying is he wants 10,000.
I want everything.
All the things. Well, it's got, what has it got? 5150 milliamp hour battery, 66 watt wired charging, 50 watt wireless charging.
Only 226 grams.
That's crazy, man.
And what's the price again?
It says here $1,489.
Dan, it's got stylus support as well, by the way.
I know, I saw that as well. It's got stylus support. So Max,
why can they
hold on a second?
Just
stylus.
Why don't they fit the stylus or the S Pen inside the flipping phone?
I wish it did. Yeah, I wish it did do that. Yeah, but to be fair, this one can't fit it.
This one, okay, but the Samsung one, it's inexcusable that it doesn't come.
Yeah,
definitely. They would engineer that, because if they could I mean, they should be able to engineer it, but
I still love this.
The Note Fold.
I still really love this.
I mean, to be fair, when I had the S23 Ultra, I also used the S Pen a lot. I mean, at least once.
Dan, do you know what really impressed me, Dan? With the Magic V3, right? She got a piece of paper. She closed it on the paper and dangled the paper like that with the phone dangling.
Really? It stayed on it?
It stayed on it.
No.
I was like, okay, that's impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that.
I wouldn't want to do it with my own one, but watching her do it was like...
That is one hell of a thing to do, like going around to phone shops and just showing everyone, like, look at this.
Yeah. Just going like this, like...
as soon as you do that in front of a fucking customer, that's going to fucking drop and smash the floor.
What's this? Like, oh, shit.
But then hopefully it performs like it did in the GSM Arena test.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
You just pick it up and like, look, no damage. It's fine.
Yeah, it won't go like that, will it?
Even if I look like a complete dick doing that. Yeah, it's just. I want it. I just want it.
Yeah, I do. Oh, do you know what? Just quick shout out to Average Dad, right? Have you heard of him on YouTube?
I have, yes. He was
Scottish
on.
fella.
He was on Tech Disruptors, I think,
Yeah.
a couple of weeks back.
He seems like a top dude. We're hoping to get him on a tech project at some point. But he's got a store, right? And the Honor V Magic, my Magic V3, is on there for 1,200 and something. The global one.
Really?
So he has good prices on his store.
He's got a store.
He's got a store, yeah. That's why I wanted to give him a shout out because.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, worth checking it out. If anyone wants to get.
I watched a couple of his videos recently that were all when I was looking at the Oppo Find X7 Ultra and stuff.
So can you drop his link on the chat or something? Because I have no idea
we can
who
just
that
pop
guy
it in
is.
chat later.
Yeah, I'll pop it in there. Yeah.
Because I remember an average tech dad, something like this, but he's from a US channel, right? And
yeah, he's a Scottish fella. This one.
Okay. Oh, okay, it's a different one. Yeah. Too many dads.
Yeah.
Wasn't the other one the one that disappeared or something?
Yeah,
the one that was a bit dodge.
There was some controversy.
There was some like loaning him a phone and then he disappeared.
Yeah, who was that he loaned from?
And it was doing really well with YouTube, so everyone got really confused as to what was going on.
So that guy that you're referring to is the alt tech dads.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah.
He borrowed
but the one
Matlock, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
he borrowed a lot of stuff: a camera, a laptop, the Pixel 6 Pro, lots of stuff.
It's crazy. I couldn't work out why, because his channel was actually blowing up.
Yeah, it was doing really well.
And then it was just like, what on earth?
His live streams, especially, they were doing
yeah.
well. I was tuning in. I was really enjoying it.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird, but it's a weird world.
It is.
Very weird world. We are at 1 hour 24 minutes. I didn't realize we were that far into the stream. It has actually gone by really quickly.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to add before we finish up?
Yeah, I'm taking my main SIM out of the iPhone and putting it back in the S24 Ultra. I cannot deal with the iPhone anymore.
Damn, that was quick. So you lasted a day.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put the work SIM back in and don't care about it again.
S24 Ultra, eh?
It's a beautiful phone. It's a beautiful phone.
It does everything very, very well.
It's a nice phone, yeah.
I have no complaints besides wanting better cameras.
It's the same thing I had with the S23 Ultra. I loved the phone, but I mean that's why I bought it off Joe twice.
We were actually talking
twice. Joe's like, "Look at this mug." Here you go.
It makes it sound like I've got a store, right? I've sold you
It does a bit.
Yeah, we were laughing with Dan that I would like to force myself to switch to my proper camera in terms of photos.
Yes.
And just carry the device that I like the most functional,
honestly,
which would be the Samsung.
I was literally having this conversation with somebody in my YouTube comments today because they commented on my Xperia video and they were like, well, I want to get a phone that's really good for photography, but the Xperia is obviously not there. And I'm kind of like, do I just spend this grand on a second-hand camera? And I was like, that's kind of what I was thinking at one stage. But then I was like, well, I know that if I go out, I don't often take a camera with me. Because I've got this. I've got my Lumix G100, which is a nice compact camera. It's very small.
Just get a Pixel. It's the most reliable.
And I was just like, but I don't take a camera out with me. So a lot of the times when I take photos, it's one of those things that's just spontaneous. And then you just get the phone out.
Yeah, and the Pixel does this the best, I would say. For me, it has been the most reliable.
There's nothing that he says I've used Samsungs, iPhones, Pixels. He says I'm just not happy with any of it. So I was like, you just need to try something completely different. Therapy. We all need that. we all need to try therapy.
We all need that. Too many phones.
Talking from experience. So
yeah, well, we mentioned this a lot that we have mental illness when it comes to.
So that's the thing. I really want a camera, and I keep buying phones.
And the thing is, with the amount of money we spend on phones, we could have bought the most expensive camera.
You could be so well kitted out, Manos, and the photos you'd be able to produce, and
you'd
be invited by Sony to Sony Kando and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, get a Sony Alpha, sell all the phones, get a very good telephoto.
It has crossed my mind
lens.
numerous times.
Manos, look, it's literally there.
Yeah.
It's a full frame camera.
You're full
Yeah, well,
frame
you've got
camera.
full frame. Mine's just micro four thirds, obviously. So.
See, I want in between the two.
Well, you get a Sony APS-C then, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. Is it the
It's either the 10-2 or the A6700
I
are the
was-
two
I was
options.
Yeah, that's the one I
Really?
want. That's the one I want. Yeah.
But if you get an A6700, you may as well get like a second-hand full frame.
But the
video capabilities, though.
bigger, right?
Maybe.
Full frame is big. Full frame is big.
It is big.
I just want a
Well, it
Fujifilm.
does depend if you want to get like a more compact camera. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
I want more compacts. I'm
Panasonic
more
have-
likely to.
but you can get Sony full frames that are quite compact as well.
'Cause at the moment, I've borrowed this off my mum, and I've had it for a
See,
long
guys,
time.
we don't want to be doing this. Let's just stick to phones because
A rabbit hole.
it's a rabbit hole and more expensive, way
Yeah.
more expensive.
So cameras themselves are not
Look how big mine is.
rabbit hole, but
That's
the
what
lenses.
he said.
Not compensating for anything.
He's not compensating for anything at all.
Joe, not at all.
Oh, dear God.
Ooh, Big Mac.
Big Mac, yeah,
You just had to extend it, didn't you?
of
You
course.
just had to. This is going to sound horrendous on audio only, by the way. But yeah, cameras is something that I feel like. See, mine doesn't have the.
Ooh,
Yeah,
poor Dan.
needle camera.
Anyway, in my case, I just want a Fujifilm, the X100. That came
I know it's
out.
Get
I
yourself
know.
the XT5.
Look
Is
at
it
this.
T5?
Do you see what I mean? This is a rabbit hole. Think of the money you're going to spend.
And
It's crazy.
and wait until you get in the lenses.
Oh, that's the problem, man.
Even more.
That's the
Get
thing
those
with.
Sony G Masters, man. Woo.
Isn't the X100 fixed lens?
It is.
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
It is.
Yes.
And it's
That
great for street photography. So
it's very good. Yeah, but I think there's. Yeah, get the X T5. Is it XT5?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. There are
Yeah.
so many
TX
models.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
X5T or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does your lens suffer from ED? We're not going into that sap. We're not doing it. Right, guys. Nicholas just popped in as well. Thank you. See you next time. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, guys, I know there's a bunch of you watching over on X, youtube.com/bunch of phonies. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That'd be great. And guys, it's been a pleasure as always. We will see you all next week.
Yeah.
Thanks
Take it
for
easy.
having
Enjoy
me.
the rest of your weekend.
Thanks for
thank
having
you
me,
for
guys.
popping by, Joe. Yeah, pleasure.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Great having you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.